I remember being obsessed with the TLC reality show John and Kate Plus 8 when I was a kid. The show was a complete hit and ran for several seasons from 2007 to 2017. The show did go through some changes as John and Kate did split in 2009. The show detailed their lives as parents to not only sextuplets, but to twin girls as well, and showcased the sentimental moments between them as a family, as well as times where John and Kate would argue with each other. And when they got divorced, it honestly wasn't that surprising to viewers, as the two seemed to not get along most of the time on the show. There were also rumors of an affair between John and another woman, but he denied those claims. There was a lot of public drama that followed these two even after their separation, since they had gained a ton of fame over the years. And things stayed public despite their split, because the reality show did continue on and was later renamed to Kate Plus 8 as John no longer wanted to be a part of the show. As this family has been in the public eye for years now, there's been a lot that has happened, and it's resulted in some of the members living apart and no longer speaking to each other. Now that the sextuplets are 18 and the older twins are in their 20s, more has come to light as they've been on social media themselves now and are able to talk to the press more about what it was like growing up in the spotlight and what exactly happened that split this family apart, since it's come out that some of these siblings are no longer speaking to each other. So following the divorce in 2009, Kate was granted full custody of all 8 of their children. The couple did say that they were going to share physical custody though, but there was a lot of drama that went into this. John had later tried to claim that Kate was an absentee mom after she was announced as a cast member on that upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars, and he had said that he was going to file an emergency petition for primary custody, but nothing had come of his statement, and Kate said she never received anything. By 2016, John had claimed that he hadn't seen all 8 of his kids together in 3 years. He said he had only seen a number of them at one time, but never them all together in one room. He also shared that their eldest daughters had stopped coming to see him, and he said that it was just the sextuplets that visited him, and then over time he started to notice that one of their sons was no longer coming to visit him, Colin. He had said that he thought that it was just because he didn't want to come anymore, but that ended up not being the case. At one point in 2016, Kate had actually revealed that she enrolled Colin in a program away from home due to special needs and behavioral issues. And this then began a long legal battle between John and Kate over the custody of Colin. John said that he wasn't being told where his son was, and that at the time he couldn't legally share much about the reasons behind all of this, why he was where he was, because he himself didn't even really know where he was and why, but he was fighting for his son. While all of this was going on, John and Kate were also arguing over the custody of one of their daughters, and it was later revealed that their daughter Hannah had moved in with John full-time. Not much was revealed as to why, but in terms of Colin, John did end up filing for full custody of Colin and felt as though it was in his best interest to live with him once he was released from this inpatient program for children with special needs that Kate had sent him to. And in December of 2018, John was finally granted sole physical and sole legal custody of Colin after Kate and her lawyer did not show up to the scheduled court hearing. John later claimed that his other children were no longer speaking to him at this time. He said sometimes the other kids would speak to Hannah, but they would never speak directly to him. The story does not end there, as issues arose within John's household after the public thought things were finally settled. Colin had actually posted in 2020 an Instagram post, but it was quickly deleted, and he had actually accused his father of hurting him. Following this post, Kate had actually come out to say that she knew John to be a violent person and did not want her children around him, to which John said that these were false claims and has since then blamed her for the divide in their family. He's also blamed her as the reason why the children he has custody of have little to no communication with their other siblings, and believes that she has been the thing that has kept them all apart. So clearly there's been a lot that has gone on within this family, and both of them have gone to the press quite a bit to talk about things that have gone on with them legally, privately, and it has left people just absolutely heartbroken over a family that they watched all those years ago that had these really adorable kids, and they were wholesome and loving, and people are just sad what has become of all of this. And it really broke people's hearts this week because Colin, who is 18 now, ended up doing an interview with Entertainment Tonight where he sat down with Kevin Frazier to talk about where his mom sent him all those years ago and the cause for the divide in their family. He said that he wants to believe that it was because of TV and the pressure of being in the public eye that tore their family apart, since it gave them less time to actually be together as a family privately. But he also says that he feels like this divide between him and his siblings mostly stemmed from the decision of his mom moving him out of their family home in 2016 and enrolling him in that program, and claims that that really damaged his relationship with his siblings and his mom.
I was in two different institutions. Scary place. I was actually 12 when I got admitted there, and then it was like I spent my 13th and 14th birthday there.
He opens up about that time in his life and what it was like for him, and says it was an extremely dark period in his life and that he wanted to get out so badly. And he said he didn't know why he was even there, but believed that his mom had her own agenda for that, and he doesn't exactly know what her reasoning was to send him away, but he knows that his agenda was just to make it out of there. And in response to his mom's reasonings being that he had special needs, he says that those claims and her saying that to the public is just unfortunate because he doesn't believe that to be the case for him.
It's unfortunate that that's how my mom, phrased me as a person. I don't see those things, and I don't think anybody else sees those things, but if that's how she sees me, then, that's her point of view, and I hope that if we met again one day, she would understand that, it's not the case.
He talks about how he was able to actually get out of this establishment that he was put in, and it was because he wrote to his dad several times, begging his dad to save him, and said that he was really counting on him to get out. And they even shared pictures of these letters that he wrote to his dad, and they say, "Dear Dad, I'm not trying to trick you, but I still love you. I told Mom I want to live with you. She said no." And then it's kind of cut off. They don't really show the rest of it, but there is another letter that says, "Save me. Mom's phone number is this. Please come fast. I love you. Help me. Bye." There's also another letter that is shared that says, "Hurting me. He's giving me bruises and sitting on my chest till the point that I can't breathe. You're my dad, my savior. Please help me and let me meet Colleen. I'm counting on you to get me out of here." These letters are extremely disturbing and really sad, and I don't know what kind of situation he was in, where he was at. That hasn't been made public, but they did share these letters with Entertainment Tonight during this interview. And if you're wondering who Colleen is, who Colin mentioned in his letter to his dad saying that he really wants to meet her, that's who his dad was dating at the time. And later, when Colin did end up meeting her, he posted on Mother's Day referencing her as a mother figure to him, so they were clearly very close after, but since then his dad and her have split. But these letters are just really sad to read, and wherever he was, it does not seem like anything that any child should be going to. Now, he was later asked about his feelings on his mom not coming to court for his custody hearing, and he said that it honestly didn't bother him and that it was her choice if she wanted to show up or not, and her not showing up, that's on her. But he does feel that it is unfortunate that they didn't have a good relationship as he was growing up, and that they didn't have this son and mother relationship that everyone would want. But he does have hopes for rekindling something in the future. He says that he hopes that he can reunite with his siblings and his mom, and that at this point it has been 5 or 6 years since he's even spoken to his other siblings. And he even gets emotional talking about this relationship because he still does have love for them despite them not talking to him anymore.
I would love, for us to one day come together, have dinner together, talk, just have the relationship and catch up on the things that we lost, the time that we lost.
Hannah, who also lives with John, spoke out on Colin's behalf a couple months ago in an interview with Entertainment Tonight that she did alongside her dad, saying that the reason why she did leave her mom's house was because of things that happened within the household, and spoke about how Colin kind of took the front of all of that.
There was unfair treatment in my mom's house.
And when you say unfair, do you mean unfair towards your brother Colin?
Yeah, my brother Colin did kind of take the front of it sometimes.
Hannah did express in this interview that she does also hope that her and her siblings can reunite at some point in time. But it is very clear that John and Kate probably won't be getting along, even though the kids are all grown up and 18 and custody is no longer something that they have to battle over, because John has made it very clear he does not like Kate.
She's the Karen. She's the Karen meme. She is the, hello?
It is an extremely sad situation to think about. I mean, we're talking about a family here, and it's just so strange the details behind Colin being sent away, and Kate has yet to say anything about Colin coming out and doing this interview, but the reactions from followers have really just expressed sadness for all of them. But that is what Colin has come out to say this past week about his mom, what happened to him over the years. He was not asked about that one Instagram post from years back, so there wasn't any clarity on that. He claims that him and his dad do have a normal father-son relationship. That's what he said in this interview, and that they are on good terms. But he mostly just focused this interview on his mom, what it was like growing up on TV, and hoping for a future relationship with his other siblings. So that's what's going on as of now. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.